There is a drink that costs 10 cents to make. Mix vinegar with water, add herbs, and it kills waterborne bacteria that cause dysentery. It prevents scurvy on campaigns lasting months. It provides electrolyte replacement during 20-mile marches in armor. For 500 years, it kept Roman legionaries alive across 3 continents. Then, in 1987, Red Bull launched in Austria and realized something that would shape the next 4 decades. You cannot patent vinegar and water. By 2023, the energy drink industry is worth $80 billion, and 9 documented cases of cardiac arrest later, researchers are publishing warnings that the product marketed as performance enhancement is causing sudden death in otherwise healthy young people. This is posca, the Roman military ration that solved hydration without chemistry. And here is what the energy drink industry never wanted you to discover. The recipe still works. It costs almost nothing. It never causes organ failure, and the same corporations selling you synthetic caffeine in aluminum cans are ensuring you never learn its name. The record opens in Rome, 77 AD. Pliny the Elder writes Historia Naturalis, documenting everything the empire knows about the natural world. In Book 14, he describes what Roman soldiers drink. Not wine, not water, posca. Vinegar mixed with water. The lower classes drink it, slaves drink it, laborers drink it. But the army makes it official. It is cheap, it is safe. It works. By 360 AD, Emperor Constantius II issues a decree. Soldiers must alternate daily between posca and wine. Posca has lower alcohol content, troops stay sober. It is safer than untreated water, which carries pathogens that kill faster than enemy weapons. The historian Appian documents Roman campaigns in Hispania where soldiers drinking contaminated water die from dysentery. Those drinking posca survive. The formula is simple: sour wine or wine vinegar diluted with water. Romans add herbs: cumin, fennel seed, celery seed, anise, thyme, salt. The mixture varies by region, but the principle stays consistent for 5 centuries. Make it drinkable, make it functional, make it last. By the 6th century AD, the Byzantine army still issues it. They call it fusca. Same recipe, same purpose, 1500 years of continuous military use. And then it disappears, not because something better replaced it. Because the modern food industry needed you to buy something they could patent, package, and sell at markup. Here is what posca actually does. Acetic acid kills bacteria. The pH of vinegar ranges between 2.4 and 3.4. Most waterborne pathogens cannot survive. Cholera dies. E. coli dies. Parasites causing dysentery die. Roman soldiers could take water from questionable sources, add vinegar, and drink it safely. No boiling, no chemicals, just acid. Vitamin C prevents scurvy. The vinegar provides enough ascorbic acid to stop the disease that would devastate European sailors for 1,500 years after Rome fell. The British Navy did not figure out citrus worked until 1747. Romans solved it with vinegar in the 1st century. Electrolyte replacement. The salt and herbs provide sodium and trace minerals lost through sweat. Roman legionaries march 20 miles per day, wearing 40 pounds of armor. They dig fortifications. They fight battles. Posca keeps them functional. Galen, personal physician to Marcus Aurelius, prescribes posca to gladiators for its antiseptic properties. Ancient texts describe using it to treat eye infections, dental problems, and wounds. You already know the most famous reference. Gospel of John, chapter 19. Jesus is crucified. A Roman soldier offers him a sponge soaked in vinegar, that is posca, the drink of the Roman army, mentioned in the most widely read text in Western history, 1987. Dietrich Mateschitz discovers a Thai energy drink called Krating Daing. He reformulates it for Western markets, adds carbonation, increases sugar, launches Red Bull in Austria, extreme sports sponsorships. Tagline: Red Bull gives you wings. By 2023, Red Bull alone generates over $10 billion in annual revenue. The formula is synthetic caffeine, industrial taurine, 54 grams of sugar, and a megadose of niacin. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine signals fatigue. Block it, and you feel awake. But you are not creating energy. You are removing the warning signal. Your body is still depleting its reserves. You just do not know it anymore. Taurine crosses the blood-brain barrier and binds to GABA receptors. Stimulant and depressant fighting inside your brain simultaneously. Add 54 grams of sugar. Your pancreas floods your bloodstream with insulin. Blood sugar spikes, then crashes. Now you are exhausted again. You reach for another can. In 2023, Italian researchers publish a comprehensive review in the journal Nutrients. They analyzed 96 scientific studies, 9 cases of cardiac arrest, 3 deaths, liver damage, kidney failure, seizures, young, healthy individuals who drank a few cans and ended up in emergency rooms or dead. Cardiovascular effects, shortened repolarization times, ventricular fibrillation. Your heart quivers instead of pumps. Blood stops moving. Liver effects, acute hepatitis, elevated enzymes, complete liver failure. The culprit is niacin at doses approaching 1 gram per day. Kidney effects, renal failure requiring dialysis. Taurine causes vascular congestion and tubular damage. Neurological effects, seizures, stroke, acute mania. Chronic consumption links to anxiety and depression. The FDA has no safe limit for children and adolescents. The American Academy of Pediatrics says avoid entirely. Yet you can buy unlimited cans at any store. No age restriction, no cardiac warning, just vague language about caffeine. Energy drinks are classified as dietary supplements, not drugs. That puts the burden on the FDA to prove harm after the product is already on shelves. As long as individual ingredients are safe in isolation, companies can combine them in any dose. Caffeine is safe. Taurine is safe. Niacin is safe. Mix 160 milligrams of caffeine with 2,000 milligrams of taurine and 54 grams of sugar, and a teenager drinking 3 ends up in ventricular fibrillation. The industry knows this. The research is public. They keep selling because revenue is worth more than lawsuits. The Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994 created the loophole. Corporations lobbied for it. Congress passed it. Now, synthetic stimulants marketed to teenagers generate $80 billion annually, while researchers document cardiac arrest in healthy young adults. Posca never disappeared. The recipe is sitting in Pliny's Historia Naturalis, written in 77 AD, publicly available for 2,000 years. You can make it today. Apple cider vinegar diluted in water. 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. Add a pinch of sea salt. Add honey if you want it palatable. The acetic acid kills bacteria. Trace minerals provide micronutrients. Add lemon juice for extra vitamin C. Romans made this from waste. Spoiled wine became vinegar, mixed with water. You can buy a bottle of apple cider vinegar for $6 and make 30 servings. 20 cents per drink. Compare that to $5 for Monster. Kombucha is the closest pre-made equivalent. Fermented tea with acetic acid, probiotics, and B vitamins. $4 to $5 per bottle. But at least you get live cultures instead of synthetic chemicals and liver-destroying niacin. Or just drink water. Romans did when they had clean sources. They built aqueducts serving over 1 million people. When water was safe, they drank it. When it was not, they drank posca. Hydration and safety, not chemical stimulation. Here is the piece that should make you furious. Whole Foods sells apple cider vinegar drinks for $6. Detox tonic, energy booster, gut health. The ingredients? Apple cider vinegar, water, lemon juice, cayenne, honey. That is a Roman military ration with modern branding and a 3,000% markup. The drink Roman slaves consumed is now marketed to affluent Americans as premium wellness. Modern research confirms acetic acid improves insulin sensitivity, lowers blood sugar spikes, has antimicrobial properties. Romans knew this 2,000 years ago. The Roman Empire lasted 500 years in the west, 1,500 inches the east. Their soldiers marched 20 miles per day, built roads across continents, fought battles that shaped Western civilization, fueled by vinegar and water that cost almost nothing. Your energy drink has a 2-year shelf life and documented links to sudden cardiac death. Posca is still here, in every bottle of vinegar on every grocery store shelf, waiting for a world that remembers solutions existed before problems became profitable. You cannot patent vinegar and water. You cannot monopolize fermented waste. You cannot build a subscription model on something people make for 20 cents. That is why it was buried. Not because it stopped working, because it never stopped working. And abundance is the enemy of every system built on scarcity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.